The storm did not begin with thunder. It began with a whisper. Deep in the ancient forests of Yorubaland, where trees clawed at the sky like desperate fingers and the wind carried secrets older than memory, a village slept under a swollen red moon. The air was heavy, thick with something unseen, something watching. Then the drums stopped. No one remembered who was playing them. A bolt of lightning tore across the heavens, not white, but crimson. It struck the sacred baobab at the center of the village. The tree did not burn. It screamed. And from the burning heart of that scream emerged Shango, Orisha of thunder, god of fire and divine justice, his eyes glowing like molten iron fresh from Ogun's forge. But this was not the Shango of praise songs and festival dances. This was Shango unbound. Long before this night, Shango had been king, mortal, powerful, feared. He had mastered lightning as a warrior masters the blade. But power has a hunger, and forbidden knowledge is its feast. There are secrets in the heavens even gods are warned not to touch. In the hidden chambers of Orun, the spirit realm, there exists a scroll written not with ink, but with living flame. It contains the names of power, names that can command storms before they are born, names that can unmake mountains, names that can silence death itself. It was said that only Olodumare, the supreme creator, could gaze upon it without consequence. Shango did not believe in consequence. He believed in dominion. And so, one night, he ascended beyond his ordained throne, past the skies of thunder, past the gates guarded by Orun, keeper of wisdom, past the river of spirits who warned him with trembling voices. He found the scroll, and he read it. The moment his lips formed the first forbidden name, the cosmos recoiled. Stars dimmed, ancestors howled, and something ancient, something buried beneath creation, opened one eye. Now Shango stood in the village, lightning coiling around his arms like living serpents. His presence bent the air, the ground cracked beneath his feet. The villagers knelt, trembling, but among them stood one who did not bow, a young priestess named Adesewa. Her dreams had been haunted for weeks, visions of a god falling, a fire turning black, a thunder that devoured rather than judged. She had seen the scroll in her sleep. She had heard the forbidden name echo through her bones. She stepped forward. "Great Shango," she said, her voice steady, though her shadow shook violently behind her. "What have you brought back with you?" For a moment, silence. Then Shango smiled, and the sky bled. "I have brought," he said, his voice layered with something not entirely his own, "truth." He lifted his hand. Another lightning strike, this one splitting the sacred baobab clean in half. From within the shattered trunk spilled not sap, but darkness, thick and moving, like ink dropped into water. The forbidden name had not granted him greater power. It had unlocked a door, and something had followed him through. The darkness slithered across the ground, seeping into huts, curling into the ears of children, whispering doubts into the hearts of elders. Crops withered in seconds. Goats collapsed. The moon flickered like a dying ember. Shango staggered. Even gods are not meant to carry infinity inside finite flesh. "You sought to command what commands existence," came a voice, not from the sky, but from within him. The ancient presence was feeding on his divinity. Adesewa realized the truth. This was no conquest. It was corruption. She ran toward the broken baobab, ignoring the heat scorching her skin. At its core, beneath layers of splintered wood and shadow, something glowed, a fragment of the scroll's fire, torn loose during Shango's descent. She reached for it. The fire did not burn her. It recognized her. Orun had once whispered in prophecy, "When thunder forgets its purpose, wisdom must remind it." Clutching the living flame, Adesewa stood before the towering god. "You are not this darkness," she cried. "You are justice. You are balance." Shango's face twisted, rage battling revelation. Lightning erupted wildly, striking earth, sky, and spirit alike. The darkness inside him hissed, tightening its grip. "You are mine now," it whispered. Adesewa raised the flame high and spoke, not the forbidden name, but the sacred one given only to initiates. The true name of Shango. The name that bound him not to power, but to responsibility. The sound cut through the storm. The lightning froze midair. For one impossible heartbeat, the world held its breath. And Shango remembered. He remembered being mortal. He remembered kneeling before elders. He remembered that power was never meant to dominate the cosmos, but to protect it. With a roar that shook both heaven and earth, he turned his lightning inward. He struck himself. The explosion of light obliterated the darkness in a pillar of blinding fire. The shadow shrieked as it was torn apart, its single eye closing forever. When the light faded, the storm was gone. The red moon returned to silver. The air was still. Shango stood weakened, his glow dimmed, but clear. The scroll's fragment dissolved into sparks that drifted upward like liberated souls. Adesewa fell to her knees, exhausted but alive. Shango looked at her, not as a god to a mortal, but as one guardian to another. "There are truths," he said quietly, "that even gods must earn." Then he rose, not falling this time, but ascending with humility. The clouds parted, the heavens sealed. To this day, when thunder rolls across the forests of Yorubaland, the elders say it is not anger you hear, it is remembrance, a warning that power without wisdom invites darkness, and that even gods can be tempted by forbidden knowledge. But somewhere in the sacred groves, beneath the roots of a baobab remorn, a faint warmth still lingers, not the heat of destruction, but the fire of balance. And when lightning flashes crimson for a fleeting second before turning white, those who know the old stories whisper, "Shango remembers."